My name is Jeanne Ross Nash, and got to take a few breaths. It was a bit of a drive here, but I have a couple of poems, and I hope they run together in a series here. So I'll first set the scene with, in the beginning, there was nothing. Even chaos had not yet been called into being. No, not true. There can't be nothing without something, formless though it may be. That something was chaos. Even for the nanosecond of its existence, it was magical, frightening. Since there was no time, it was eternal. Chaos, the mother and father of us all, the original progenitor. Even I fall into the trap of genderification. No mother or father, those inventions of later evolutions. Here were only the erratic interactions of the most infinitesimal bits of charges and waves interacting, following their own rhythms in coalescing and decoupling, recombining until a stability of sorts was achieved, yet always threatened by entropy. Fueled perhaps by the heat of the frantic, chaotic activity, a rapid expansion took place for an entire 80 nanoseconds. These packets of energons, losing touch with each other, cooled in the frigidity of space, collapsed into an infinitesimal point in near zero temperature, and then exploded and created what we call our universe, with its myriads of stars and planets of galaxies. How magnificent that moment was. I was thrilled when it happened. Two black holes of what people call atomic bombs was loosed upon the void. Galaxies created, solar systems established, the potentials endless, the destruction began. Now we skip ahead in evolutionary terms, back to Earth. I call this peopling, Genesis 2. A woman stood at the foot of my bed. Man, did you hear what I said? Like, I look up and there's this woman standing at the foot of my bed. No chimera this, solid. Not particularly big, short, I'd say, but muscles and those eyes, changing color all the time, deep, deep eyes. Hey, like I said, this was no ghost, and man, I was not high. I got out of bed and walked around. First thing I looked at were her feet. Oh my God. They were solid. I mean, like, they were flat on the floor, calloused, scarred, toes almost prehensile. Savannah, before the earth dried up, climber of trees, vines, palms, mountains, clefts, through hard scrapple patches washed by torrents, as well as gentle streams, waters cascading down cataracts. Muscular calves and thighs for pumping and pushing, catapulting, loping over obstacles and long distances in search of food and safety, sprinting in fear of becoming prey, moving, always moving until exhausted. And that torso, the power in those hips and abdomen. This, the body of this short, wiry, muscled woman who stands quietly in front of me, bearing my inspection. This woman, the mother of the 7 daughters who left the rift so many millennia ago, reclaimed through the mist. Helena, Jasmine, Katrina, Tara, Ursula, Valda, and Zaria, who suckled the diverse populations at their breasts as they spread from the rifts, held them in those arms that fought off the beast and reached for high fruit, that scaled the cliffs and swam the Nile to protect their daughters. and those eyes staring at me through the eons. Eve. And now, as we go to the end, should I get the end of the, okay. Sorry. Our extinction will be slow and inexorable. No, let me correct this. Our extinction is slow, almost invisible, but still inexorable. First comes the extinction of whole species at a rate of over 100% of the background rate of extinctions. Slowly and invisibly, no drama, no stampeding hordes of cute talking dinosaurs. Drought, acid rain, floods, human encroachment, ozone holes, the earth itself is shifting. Vast increases in ice melt, overuse of groundwater, subtle, insidious. And the fires. 12,000 square miles in 2022, 1,000 burned so far in 2023, 120 million souls, 1/3 of the population subjected to poisonous air from the fires, insidious, inexorable. 40% of total land mass degraded, including 30% of cropland, 60 million environmental refugees in 2022, a new class of suffering, insidious, inexorable. I have no invocation here, no treaties to the gods who compel me to write this warning. No, it's compulsion. The same force that gives rise to destruction also compels us to create, and in that compulsion lies the possibility of our salvation. Milton knew that this, though unable to see beyond the limits of religious tales, the types we spin when we too confront that which we define as unknowable, the unknowable that transforms itself into the knowable, that blessed Jeanne that knows nothing but preservation and perpetuation gave rise to thought. That same invention is merely a creation of the necessity of perpetuation, and will be the death of us all. Thank you.